everyone, this is Lydia here at Lydia's Leisurely Stitching. Today is Wednesday, January 1st, 2020, and I'm here for my 8th Flosstube video. Today I'm going to talk about my plans for 2019 and how I did with them, and my upcoming plans for the new year. Last night was New Year's Eve, and while my husband went out to a party, I decided to stay home and stitch, and I had a really good time. I've been receiving some affirmations recently about being true to yourself and focusing on doing the things that make you happy, and last night was a really good example of how that served me well. So, for 2019, I had a couple of plans. The first plan was to finish 3 projects, and this was referring to 3 of my smaller projects that are not full coverage. So the first one that I finished last year was November from Prairie Schooler. This one I started in September of 2018, and while it would have been nice to get it done for November of 2018, I ended up finishing it on January 26th, 2019, so this is my first finish for the year. Second finish for the year was Vault Sweet Vault. This is a video game. It's called Fallout, themed cross-stitch pattern. I got this from Etsy. I started it on December 27th, 2018, and I finished it on March 28th, 2019. It took me 41 stitching days, and this was an anniversary gift for my husband. He requested that I make this for him. I did change the colors in the pattern. I didn't want to go out and buy a bunch of floss, so he helped me pick out some colors that he liked that were similar. So finish number 2 for the year. And then finish number 3 for the year came from this Leisure Art booklet, Sunbonnet Sue, Yesteryear's Sweetheart. I started these in 2014, and my goal was to do 4 pieces, one for each of the seasons. Originally, I had thought about doing one for every month, and I am so glad I did not do that, since it ended up taking me 5 years to finish 4 pieces. So the last one I had left to finish was a piece for summer. At the beginning of 2019, I had part of this barn door done. I think that's about it. So I did most of this piece last year, and I finished it on May 19th. So my first goal accomplished, finished 3 of my small pieces. And that left me with no small whips. And my reward for finishing those 3 small pieces was to start a new piece. In 2018, I got a couple of cross-stitch patterns for Christmas presents, and so my next start was one of the gifts that I received that Christmas. So this is Oh Well, Oh Whale from Hands On Designs. I started this on May 24th when I went on vacation to the beach. This was my first time using an even weave. I believe this is 32 count. It's also my first time using specialty flosses, which I used for everything except the brown border and inker and the yellow Oh Whale. My husband gifted me the fabric and the specialty flosses for our anniversary. So again, I started this on May 24th when I went to the beach on vacation. I finished it on June 22nd, and it took me 12 stitching days. So those are all of my small whips that I used this year. That's 4 finishes. My next goal for 2019 was to do 4.5 pages on A Place of Her Own, and I'll insert a picture of what it will look like when it's finished and what it looked like at the start of 2019. I ended up doing 10-page finishes on A Place of Her Own this year. The pages averaged 23 stitching days each, and I completed 45,540 stitches this year. Or rather last year, it's a new year now. So that goal was just blown out of the water. I finished my 2019 goal in June, and my reward for that was to purchase a new chart during a 50% off sale at Haid. And I ended up purchasing 2 charts, Coral City, which I started, and Fantastic Mushroom Lodge, which I have not yet started. Coral City I started while I was on vacation in Australia. I figured since I had met my year goal on A Place of Her Own and I was visiting the Great Barrier Reef, there would probably be no better time to start Coral City than while I was at the Great Barrier Reef. So I started that in July or August of 2019, and I got a page finish, and so I'll put in a picture of that. And that was great. So kind of blew my goals out of the water for 2019. Switching to 2020 plans. This year I would like to get another 10 pages complete on A Place of Her Own, and that will take me to 50% complete, I believe. I would also like to start Fantastic Lodge Mushroom, which is by Haid, and I'll put in a picture of that here. I'm planning on starting that on February 29th and working on it for the month of March. So I'm hoping to complete 1 full coverage page a month over the year, so that would put me at 12 full coverage page finishes for 2020. So I'm planning on doing A Place of Her Own for January and February. Hopefully at the end of February I'll have 2 full page finishes. I can start Fantastic Lodge Mushroom on February 29th, work on that for the month of March, and get a page finish on that. That leaves me with 9 months to get 8 more page finishes on A Place of Her Own, and then 1 month that's free for all. Right now I'm leaning on using that extra month for Fantastic Lodge Mushroom, but I would really like to put in some progress on Coral City. It's my least favorite full coverage project right now, but I did crave it for a long time, and I did purchase it, and I have started it, so it should get some work. So I'm not really sure which of those 2 will win the extra month. Also for 2020, I'm participating in the Full Coverage Fanatics National Parks Sale, and there's 5 tiers of that. Each tier is 20,000 stitches, which is divided up of 5 parks that get 4,000 stitches each. Carla at Craft Addict K told me that I should challenge myself and shoot higher. Last year I did 45,000 stitches on A Place of Her Own, and I got another page finish of a full coverage piece. So I feel like I could easily accomplish 60,000 full coverage stitches this year. But again, Carla said maybe I should push myself and try for 80,000, which would put me at 4 of the 5 tiers completed. So if I were to do that, 80,000 stitches divided by 48 weeks would be 1,670 stitches a week. Currently, I think I'm averaging about 1,200 stitches a week, so I feel like that would be an attainable goal. That would put me at having a couple more page finishes than I've planned, and that might give me some more wiggle room about adding on some working time on the pieces that are not a place of her own. So those are my full coverage plans for the new year. I did have one more start in 2019. For my husband's Christmas present, he asked me to make him the pattern If. It's a poem by Rudyard Kipling. So I purchased this, and it came all the way from England, and he told me that he likes the words and he likes the if, but he doesn't like the borders here, here, or here. So he designed his own border, and I've been working on this. I started it on December 25th. Well, I restarted it on December 25th. After he changed the pattern, I needed a new piece of fabric that was larger. Here I am so far. So I've got 2 of the 4 stanzas completed. Those flowers over there are part of the border that he designed, and they will go all around all 4 sides of the words. And it is a beast. For every full cross stitch in the border, there's 2 quarter stitches. So this might take me a while. I don't have any plans to give it dedicated time. I'm thinking maybe just an hour a week, or as and when I feel like stitching on it. But that is my small project to work on right now. So thanks for visiting with me, everybody. I hope you have a great new year, and I can't wait to see all the stitching progress we make. Have a great one.